section in the dollar store, and it's a great place because you can find actually some really nice little pieces of things. Over here we've got pegs, we've got small ones, big ones. So there's a material in my book for this where the children clip the pegs on a box, or they clip them some clothes items. Anyways, there's just so many great things here. That section also, if you look a little closer here, they actually sometimes have these really cute little wooden pieces. So we've got snails, we've got little owls, and even, oh my gosh, cute little butterflies. So many of these could be used as objects for making a learning material, but I mean, it's just as easy as just going in the craft section in the dollar store. It's just wonderful. There's just so much variety. You know, little balls, big balls, so lots of ideas for materials there. We've got little bells. You know, children love little things that make sounds. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. These are some little jars that actually the children could open and close, just practice their dexterity and fine motor skills. So I think I'm gonna get some of these. These are just adorable. And you can never go wrong with little balls, little beads. I think I actually have a great idea for these. And maybe some of these. Look how colorful those are. Children love little things that have some color or detail, and these are super cute. Oh look, and there's little shells. Gosh. Another place to really find really small little balls or beads are kind of, you know, in the toy section with girls' little crafts and stuff. So these are great. There's like a variety. There's big ones, smaller ones. These kind of look like sort of a jewel. So you should actually use quite a few of these for creating some cute little materials. Hey everyone, so here again we're just going to pause from that video at the dollar store, and I'm just going to show you some of the finds I found. I believe this was in the craft section, these little jars. So I'm going to kind of just show you how you create a learning material with these little jars. You can do it two ways. So basically, I'm just kind of lifting this up so you can kind of see. But I basically just have different sized jars. As you can see, there's these teeny tiny little jars. And then I've got one with a different lid here. So I'm just going to take out a few just to show you. So you would put them in a tray. I've put them in a box so the child could actually take it off the shelf and then place it down easily, and it's not going to fall out of the tray. So like I said, I've got a few different kinds. Now basically the first way that they could use this learning material is just to take the lids off, like so. You would demonstrate it to the child like this in silence. This one has a different lid, and they'll notice that. And actually these jars came with a little object inside of them, a little paper roll. So they would take that out like so. And like that. And then they would put the lids back on. So they have to basically figure out which lid goes with which jar. These jars could be just used just themselves, or you could have a few other jars mixed with this activity. So they're just practicing that dexterity. Then they would take them and place them back in the box. And that would be one way of doing the activity. The second way that you could create this activity is, I'll show you. If you remember these little balls that I found. I believe that they were in the craft section. You can use this with this activity. So you would place just a few in a little jar, like so, and then some little tweezers. So this would be something for a child who's a little bit more advanced. So I'm going to place everything out so you can see. So again, this is the second way you would demonstrate this activity to the child. They would take the tweezers and they could then place however many balls they want into the jars. So again, that fine motor skill, that concentration, and then they would pour it out. And then put the lids and place it back into the tray. And these, they could just take the paper roll out and just do that, or they might decide they want to put some balls or not. So there's a little bit of creativity in the second way of using this learning material. You can decide how many jars you want in the tray. It doesn't have to be this many. Sometimes I get a little bit excited when I find some new object, but you could put a lot less, or you could put as many as these. So there you go. Those are two ideas that you can use, those little jars that we found at the dollar store. You created two lovely learning materials with them. Something very simple where they're just opening and closing the lids, and then secondly is they're opening and closing the lids and placing little balls inside each jar, and they can decide how many balls they want or how many less, which jar it's going to go into. So there's a little bit of creativity in that. Anyways, enjoy, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts on how this activity worked for the children in your care, and we'll see you in our next video.